Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for November the 27th. I'm going to be pulling one card per sign, so if you know your sun sign, you can get a tidbit of information off of this video. If you know your sun, moon, and rising, you can get a little bit more. But if you know your planetary placements, you can actually get quite a bit of juice from a short little video like this. All right, everybody remember there is a contest going on my channel. To enter that contest, all you need to do is put a comment under the video. All right, so let's start with Aries. Aries, you guys have the Temptation card coming up. I'm not a big fan of this card. Now, this card means that the way the energy is sitting right now, there is something that is tempting you. It could be the Pentacles, it could be the money with that picture of the gold, or it could be the drink with that picture of the chalice. Basically, some kind of escapist behavior, whether that's workaholism, alcoholism, whatever that might happen to be for you, there's definitely going to be that temptation showing up, and it's going to be really easy for you to get sucked into that. Now, the other way that this can come in for me too is not necessarily just temptation or, bad escapist type of habits, but also this can be about fear, where fear sucks you in and you take some kind of action based on fear. So I'm not sure which way this is coming in for each and every one of you. It'll be different for each of you, but the way the energy sits right now, we see you sort of getting sucked in. So you want to be really proactive when you see this so that you have some kind of game plan of, how am I going to face this down? What am I going to do as a backup plan to get me out of this situation so that I'm not getting sucked in by whatever this is? Okay, that's for Aries. Next up, we have Taurus. Taurus with the Eight of Earth in reverse. This just means work is not happening today. Nothing's getting accomplished. You might be going to work, but probably not. And if you were planning on doing things around the house or volunteer work, nope, not happening. So you better start thinking about a rain check day that you can do whatever you were going to get done today. Geminis, Nine of Earth. This is a really nice card. It is my independent, self-sufficient card. So for those of you who are not single and just enjoying single life, then this would talk about that you are doing something very independently without the help of others. And it is probably to increase either your material possessions or your financial situation, one or the other. And just working on this really as an individual on your own, not so much with your partner if you're not single. If you are single, really just enjoying the single life and adding more stability to the life that you have right now. Okay, that's for Geminis. Up next is Cancer. Cancers, you guys have the World card. This does talk about the successful completion of a cycle. This can be a graduation. This can be moving from one place to another. This can be getting promoted out of an old position to a new position. So you've completed, this could be coming off of probation at work or probation. Whatever this is completing a cycle successfully. This is a cycle that you wanted to complete and now resetting that goal for the next thing that you want to complete. Good for you, Cancers. Next up, let's look at Leo. Leo, Five of Fire showing up in reverse. This is just telling me that you have people around you who are having drama and they're trying to suck you into their drama. And you're saying, no, thank you. I'm staying neutral and I'm staying about as far away from that as I can. Good for you, Leos. Virgo. Virgos, you guys have the Hermit card. This just tells me that you are spending some time by yourself today. And yes, this would be your card in the tarot actually. But it tells me you're spending some time by yourself, really looking at your priorities, considering, where do you want to go from here? What makes you happy? What makes you trigger? What needs to happen for you to move forward in the direction you want productively? So taking some time to yourself to really sort through all of these types of things. Next up, we have Libra. Libras, you guys have the Messenger of Earth. This is just telling me that you have some kind of good news coming in about material things or finances. Okay. Next up is Scorpio. Love, love, love. All we need is love, right? So Scorpios, with this card coming up, this tells me that you have a decision to make. And this decision to make that we have showing up here is going to be about whether you're going to pursue those things that make your eyes shine, or are you going to walk away from something that you love and you have a lot of excitement and passion for. This can be talking about a person, but I'm getting more of a feeling that this has to do with either professionally or hobbies or a project, some type of activity. So this is some kind of choice about whether you're going to be going forward with something that you love as far as an activity or an action career path, or whether you're going to stay where things are safe and secure and you're sheltered and you can just kind of coast through without having to learn anything new or grow or expand. Okay, so decision to make there. And that is for who? That was for, I thought that was for Scorpio. Nope, that's for Libra. That's Libra's message. Look at that. Is that right? I could have sworn that was Scorpio. It is Scorpio. There's another card under there. All right, so that was Scorpio's message. Okay. All right, next up, let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius, 3 of water showing up in reverse. This just means that there is some kind of heartache or heartbreak that you're healing up from. Ba-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-da. And I do think this heartache or heartbreak has to do with something going on with a friend. Okay? I'm not getting this card like I normally do, where it's kind of a friends are getting on your nerves, or maybe there's some kind of backstabbing happening. I'm not getting that. I do think that you have a friend that I think you were feeling really sad and upset for and emotional over, and I think that you're starting to come to a place where you're feeling a little bit better about this. And I think that that is because your friend is feeling a little bit better. Okay, so that's for Sagittarius. Next up, let's look at Capricorn. Capricorn, strength card coming up here, strength card, strength card. I do think that you are doing something that makes you happy today, and that is building up your self-confidence and your self-esteem. Okay, some of you may be passing a test and you're just very happy to have passed that test, although I don't think that's going to be for probably even for less than 20% of you, but maybe 10 to 13% of you is about passing a test, and that makes you feel like your self-esteem is coming up. But for others of you, this is just going to be doing something that makes you happy. It makes you feel good, and it makes you feel good about yourself. All right, so that's Capricorn. Next up, let's look at Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius, what you have showing up here is the Tower card. This is a card that does talk about a shakeup. Now, this can talk about a shakeup in the way that you perceive things, although I will say that normally for me, this Tower is more about things that are outside of us. So there's some kind of major shakeup happening. This can be a shakeup happening with management where you work, or a shakeup happening, like say that you rent your home and now somebody else is buying the home that you're renting, so you have a shakeup in that area. Something is going on where things are being shaken up and changed on you kind of unexpectedly and out of the blue. Here's the thing, when this kind of shakeup comes in, it's just the beginning of the story. I think we're not always so happy about change. As humans, we're not always thrilled about change, but the one constant in this world is change, so I think we should try to make peace with it. Of course, that's easy to say, right? But this is the beginning of a change, of a transformation, and what happens on the other side of this is that you're finding you're in a better position later on than you are before this shakeup happened. So essentially, I'm basically trying to say it's good news even though it doesn't seem like it right now. It's one of those blessing in disguise type of cards. All right, so that's Aquarius. Next up, let's look at Pisces. So Pisces, what you have coming up here is the Sun card, and this is just telling me that you are, ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. You're really seeing the truth about something in a whole new way than you did before. I think you're getting a whole new perspective about it. And Pisces, I think that The truth, the truth may have been a little bit elusive. It might have been kind of a moving target. So this tells me that the truth about a situation has sort of been changing. All right. And I think that whatever that truth is finally settling down. So this is the first time I pulled this off of this card, but um, this could be that, you know, there are plans to do something and the plans are on a particular day and then that day is changed. And so there's the truth about this has changed, it has morphed. And so I feel like the truth has changed around some kind of situation. And I think that with this Sun card, I think that things are locked in. There's not going to be any more changing of the truth from this point forward. So, that's really interesting. I've never gotten that off this card before. Huh. All right, so enough with Amista being distracted and thinking that through. Thank you guys very much for being here today. I do appreciate all you spending your time with me. And thank you, of course, also for the thumbs ups and the shares and the subscribes. And, of course, remember the contest. Thank you for the comments. And thank you for those of you who are ordering private readings and private Reiki sessions and Reiki candles with me. It is because of all of you guys' support at every single level that I get to do what I love to do for my living. So I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart. Everybody have a fantastic day, and if I don't get to see you in person today, then I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.